If you're looking for something easy to grow, useful in the kitchen, and a great way to save a little money, herbs are a fantastic place to start. But I know from talking with lots of new gardeners that starting herbs can feel a little overwhelming. Should you plant them in a container or a garden bed? Start them from seed or grab a transplant? Today I'm breaking down 5 of the easiest herbs to grow, including where to plant them so that you can feel confident getting started this season. And if you want a little help, I've got a beginner's herb mini course that's on sale right now, but more on that in just a bit. All right, let's go over here so I can show you the easiest herb that you can grow. In my opinion, the easiest herb for a beginning home gardener to grow is basil. This is probably the most beginner-friendly herb out there. Basil gives you multiple options when you're looking to plant. You can sow seeds directly into your garden after your last frost. You can start them indoors and then transplant them later like I did. Or you can skip seed starting altogether and buy a small transplant from your local garden center. All of these options work, and that's why it is so approachable for beginners. Basil grows really well in raised beds, as you can see here, but it also grows well in in-ground gardens, containers, or even vertical planters. Just give each plant about 6 to 12 inches of space and make sure nighttime temperatures are consistently in the 50s before planting basil outdoors. Basil loves the warmth. Now here's a tip to help you know what to expect throughout the season. Basil grows quickly, but if you don't prune it regularly, it will start to flower, which changes the flavor of the leaves. The good news is that pruning actually encourages bushier growth, and if you let 1 or 2 plants flower, they'll attract bees, which is a bonus for your garden. But if you want to make sure that you only have basil leaves, what you want to do is just pinch right here at the top. Use these in your kitchen, and then you'll have the rest of the plant to continue growing up and out to give you more and more leaves like this one. Smells like summer. Next up is parsley, one of the most versatile herbs that you can grow. Parsley is a great choice for beginners because it has a long growing season. In many areas, it can grow from spring all the way through winter, and for gardeners in zone 7 and 8 like me, it often survives mild freezes too. You can start parsley from seed indoors, just know that it takes a little longer to germinate than something like tomatoes or lettuce. If you're new to seed starting, you might prefer to start with a transplant. It's very forgiving to transplant and will settle in quickly when you plant it in a bed like this one, in a container, or tucked into an herb garden. Now, one thing you need to know is that parsley is a biennial plant, which means it will flower and go to seed in its second year. That means if you plant it now, like I did with this one, you'll likely enjoy harvest this spring, summer, fall, and even next spring before it starts to go to seed. It's also a great candidate for self-sowing if you let it flower. I've had parsley come back on its own in spots where I wasn't even trying to grow it, which is handy if you've got a corner of your garden that you don't plan to replant right away. As you can see, parsley is very versatile, so once you have a plant to grow in your garden, you're going to have parsley harvest for many, many months. Next, we have thyme. This is a wonderful perennial herb that is incredibly low maintenance. If you're in zone 5 or warmer, thyme will usually survive the winter and keep growing year after year. This particular plant I've had for several years, and my last thyme plant I had for many more than that. You can buy thyme as a transplant. It's not typically grown from seed by beginners because it's slow to germinate and it's slow to grow. So this is one where starting with a transplant makes things go much easier. As you can see, thyme grows well in containers, but it also grows well in raised beds or in the ground, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It's also drought tolerant once it's established, so you won't need to water it constantly. Thyme grows slowly and doesn't spread aggressively, so it's a great companion plant. As you can see here, I've got it with sage and with rosemary and with marjoram. I like to grow it beside rosemary and sage in particular because they all prefer similar growing conditions, well-drained soil and minimal watering. Over time, thyme can get woody, especially if it's in a container. So after about 4 or 5 years, you may want to replant it, like I did this year, to refresh your harvest. But until then, it's one of those plants that you can tuck in and leave mostly alone, except when your recipe calls for fresh thyme. And then you can just pluck a sprig, strip off the leaves, and add it to your dish. Next, let's talk about oregano. This is another perennial herb, and it's one that is especially useful in the kitchen. Now note that this is not oregano, this is cilantro that I'm letting go to flower. Cilantro did not make this list of easiest herbs to grow, mainly because most beginners don't understand that cilantro grows best in cool to cold weather. My cilantro started to get bitter and started to grow these seed stalks probably about April, right around my average last frost date. When most people are starting to think about their gardens, my cilantro is already done. That's why cilantro doesn't make my easiest herbs to grow list, but if you want to grow it in the fall, it is a fantastic option for that. But I kept it in the garden here. These flowers attract lots of beneficial insects. But back to oregano. Oregano is often sold as a transplant, and that's usually the easiest route for beginners. You can start it from seed indoors, which I do, but it takes a little bit longer to grow large enough to be able to harvest. For a faster harvest, I would recommend starting with a small plant from your local garden center. If you do start it from seed indoors, just keep in mind that you're going to need to keep it watered and wait a little bit longer for it to sprout. It's one of the slower herbs that I grow from seed, but it will work if you want to give it a try. If you're wondering where to grow oregano in your garden, as you can see, it grows well in containers. It also grows well in raised beds, but here's something that you really need to know about oregano before you decide where to put it. Oregano spreads. Since it's in the mint family, it will continue to expand over time. For that reason, I recommend growing it in its own container unless you have space to let it spread. Another thing to keep in mind is that oregano prefers more moisture than thyme or rosemary, but it also gives you clues when it's thirsty. It'll start to wilt just a little bit and then it'll perk back up once it's watered. I found that oregano is really hard to kill, so as long as you keep an eye on it, water it frequently, and make sure to water it once it starts wilting, you're good to go. Now, when should you expect oregano to harvest? In my garden, oregano gives me 2 good harvest windows, once in the early summer and then once again in the fall. It will begin to flower in midsummer, which signals the end of the first harvest, but those flowers are beautiful and are great for pollinators. Don't get confused about when oregano flowers. It's not like cilantro that means it's the end of its life cycle and it's starting to reproduce. Oregano, again, for many zones, is perennial, so this is just part of its life cycle. But after it flowers and after the flowers fade, all you'll want to do is to trim off the flower stalks, and then new growth will start to appear for your second round of harvesting. Next, we're going to talk about my final easiest herb to grow. You can see it right behind my shoulder there, and that is chives. Look behind this nasturtium right here and you will see chives. These chives have just flowered and their flowers are just now starting to fade. Chives are one of the easiest herbs to grow and they're hardy all the way down to zone 3. Once planted, they'll come back every year and they thrive with little care. You might be able to see down here I have a whole bunch of chives. These are ones that I did not plant. They can not only expand, but they also can self-seed. So once you plant chives, you probably will continue getting chives over and over again. But let's say you haven't started them yet. You can start them from seed, or you can buy them as a transplant. Either works perfectly well. Seeds are fairly easy to start indoors or to direct sow, but if you want to jump straight to harvesting, a transplant will give you a head start. Chives are also tolerant to partial shade, which makes them a great choice if your garden doesn't get full sun all day. They bloom, as you see, in the spring with these beautiful edible flowers that taste a little bit like onion and garlic, and they make a nice addition to salads or infused vinegars. As you can see, they will multiply over time and are easy to divide, so one plant can eventually become many. You can even use chives as a natural border in your garden. Some gardeners love to plant them along the edges of beds to help deter pests. While it's not a guaranteed solution for critters like rabbits, it's a natural option worth trying. Just remember to harvest chives regularly. Cutting them back encourages fresh, tender growth. Leave about an inch or 2 above the soil when you cut so that the plant continues to thrive. Those are the 5 herbs I recommend beginners start with: basil, parsley, thyme, oregano, and chives. Each one has its own personality, but they're all adaptable, productive, and perfect for beginners. If you want more help deciding how and where to grow your herbs, whether in containers, in raised beds, or in the ground, I cover all of this and more in my Beginner's Guide to Growing Herbs mini course. It's currently on sale for just $19 and it is packed with information on timing, care, harvesting, and more. You can find the link in the video description or go to journeywithjill.net/herbs-signup. Let me know in the comments, which herbs are you growing this year, or which ones are you most excited to try? And if you found this video helpful, subscribe for more gardening tips and share this with a friend who might be also starting his or her own herb garden. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next week. And happy growing!